Hello Internet, my name is Lave and I hope you're all safe and well during these unprecedented times. The COVID-19 pandemic has meant there's no more cinema visits for me, but the UK has finally got Disney Plus UK, so I thought I'd give a little review about it just in case you're based in the UK and you're still sitting on the fence deciding whether to go for it or not. Hopefully this video will help you make up your mind. Let's start things off with the user interface and navigation. Unsurprisingly, it's not too dissimilar to its competitors Netflix or Amazon Prime, with big thumbnails which give you further information when you click into them. Some of the titles even offer extras, giving you access to behind the scenes footage that you would normally find on Blu-ray or DVD as extras, which is a nice touch. Their content is organised nice and concisely and is easy to find. You've got the 5 main channel buttons, I suppose you can call them, at the top, and the rest of the homepage is set out in a familiar way, with recommended, continue watching, trending and genre specific rows below it. And if you scroll to the left, you've got your search bar, plus watch list, plus your movies list and your series list and your settings, etc. Now, me being a movie guy, the first thing that I did was check out the entire movie collection, but before I get into talking about the actual content, I wanted to point out some little gripes that I had with the user interface. So let's say you're searching the entire library A to Z and you get quite far down, but then you decide, oh actually I want to go and check out what's in the action adventure section, for example. You can't click the back button on your remote to go straight to the top. Instead, you have to reset the page by clicking off it, then back on it again to reset it. Alternatively, you're just going to be sitting there pressing the up button on your remote to get all the way back up to the top to then go to the next section. I thought it might be different on the PS4, hoping that maybe the shoulder buttons would work to skip through the pages, but again, the quickest way is to click back or the circle button on your PS4 controller to reset the page and then start again. Also, if you have an LG TV, the magic remote feature doesn't work like it does on Netflix, which I'm hopefully showing you on screen now. That's just my favourite way to navigate using my TV controller. Unfortunately, with Disney Plus, the pointer doesn't appear, so you have to use the arrow keys, which isn't a massive problem if I'm honest. None of the problems that I've just mentioned are deal breakers. I'm also watching the content via my iPhone and the user interface is basically the same, it's just a more condensed version. The only problem that I've run into or I've noticed with that is that the next episode autoplay feature doesn't always work. It's a bit temperamental. It will come up with the details of the next episode, it just won't automatically play it. You have to click on it. And the only other issue that I've had is that I have been watching something on my phone and then someone has called me. When I answered the phone, the episode still played out over the phone, so I had no idea if the person that I was speaking to could hear it or not. It was just a bit embarrassing. I was watching Spider-Man, the 90s cartoon. So moving on to the actual content side of things, and I'll start with the Disney Channel section, and to be honest, there is a lot of stuff in there that I know I'm never personally going to watch, like the real kiddie and teen focused stuff, but I guess it would be nice to have if you do have young kids in your family. But then if you're already paying for an expensive TV package like Sky or Virgin, for example, a lot of that content is available on the Disney Channel and Disney Junior and Disney XD, I think it's called. So it might not be completely worth having it there. The only advantage is that you can watch all of the episodes in order. But other than that, this is also the place where you'll find all of the classic 2D feature-length animations from Disney, starting from Snow White all the way up to their current 3D animations like your Wreck-It Ralphs and your Frozens. You've also got the live action content in there like Pirates of the Caribbean and some other classics. Like I was having a look through and I saw Mighty Ducks and I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen Mighty Ducks in like 20 years. The Pixar films have their own home with all of their movies and their shorts, which are definitely worth a watch in their own section. It's pretty self-explanatory, as is the case with the Marvel and the Star Wars sections, to be honest. The Marvel section has been beefed up by the acquisition of Fox, so it's also got the X-Men and Fantastic Four movies in there. I've already mentioned the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, but it's also got stuff like the X-Men 90s cartoon. There's some proper throwbacks in there. If you're a child of the 80s and 90s like me, it's a real nostalgia trip. Interestingly though, it doesn't have Spider-Man Homecoming or Spider-Man Far From Home. I guess Sony are clinging on to that for dear life. And it also hasn't got Logan. I guess the R rating meant that they didn't want any kids stumbling over that movie. The National Geographic section has some content that I might look into, like The World According to Jeff Goldblum and a couple of other documentaries that look interesting. However, when it comes to science and nature documentaries, I personally think that the BBC are unbeatable when it comes to that stuff. Also, again, if you've already got the National Geographic channel via your TV package, then a lot of this content is already available on there as well. It does, however, have one ace up its sleeve. There's a film on there called Free Solo about free solo rock climbing. I never got to review it when it was initially released in the cinema. It's really, really good. I might actually review it soon on this channel. That brings me on to their original content and exclusives, which looks pretty barren at the moment, aside from The Mandalorian, which I am watching and enjoying at the moment. Now, this is going to get better with time. We've obviously got the Obi-Wan series, which is in production, I think, at the moment, with Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hello there. We've also got the Marvel miniseries in production, I believe, stuff like The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision. But this stuff is a long way away. It's probably going to be even longer now because of the pandemic. So yeah, it's might be worth holding off actually buying it now at the moment. But there is one other reason that you might consider buying Disney Plus, and that's because all of its content at no extra price is available in 4K and HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision if your TV supports it. My TV does support it, and I must admit I do get a little bit giddy every time I see that little symbol pop up. Now, I actually haven't invested in a 4K Blu-ray UHD player just yet because I'm basically waiting to see if the PS5 is going to have it, which I'm guessing it probably will. So all of the Blu-rays that I own are just standard Blu-rays. I actually already own all of the Marvel films and the Star Wars films. So the reason why I was interested in this is because this is the cheapest and easiest way for me to watch this content in 4K Dolby Vision. Now, bear in mind, I'm not a professional TV calibrator, and the footage that you are watching now is filmed in 1080p, so you watching this video at home won't really be able to appreciate what I'm seeing standing here in my room. I'm just doing this for a bit of fun. So you'll just have to trust what I'm saying, but I can confirm that the image is sharper because of the 4K resolution, and you can see the bigger contrast between the lights and the darks offered by Dolby Vision. It's great. I love it. I should just clarify that it isn't everything that's on there is available in 4K. There's other stuff available in HD, and it's really like the latest stuff where the HDR really pops, like the new Marvel films and the new Star Wars films. The old Star Wars trilogy, I think is a conversion. It's still good and a step up from Blu-ray, but it doesn't quite pop as much as the latest stuff. I should also mention that there's some other content on there that I haven't mentioned, like all of The Simpsons is on there. I have a load of friends that are really into their Star Wars films, and they keep telling me to watch the Clone Wars animation and especially the Rebels. That's on there too, so I'm definitely going to be tucking into that at some point. Overall, I think Disney Plus is good value, but it might not be for you if you've already got an expensive TV package which already includes the Disney Channel and National Geographic and the Sky Movies package, for example, which is still playing the Star Wars films and the Marvel Cinematic Universe films, so it might be worth thinking about it before buying. With regards to other streaming services, I think if I had a gun to my head, I would still go for Netflix, if I'm honest, but it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out as more exclusive content comes out. Begun, the stream wars has. But let me know what you thought if you've got Disney Plus already, or if you're thinking about it. Did this video help you out? Let me know in the comments down below, and as always, thanks very much for watching this review. I really do appreciate it. If you can, give it a like, and don't forget to share the Lave. Subscribe